All right, let's dive into a world you probably haven't thought much about, the surprisingly deep world of custom t-shirt businesses.
It's way more than just slapping a logo on a tee, that's for sure.
I thought I knew a thing or two about t-shirts, but this deep dive, whoa, tons of, wait, really? Moments. I always thought going broad was the key, appeal to everyone, right?
It's counterintuitive, but the research points to niche being king. Think about it.
Yeah.
Are you more drawn to a generic I Heart NY shirt? Or one that's hyper-local, like celebrating your specific neighborhood, maybe even designed by a local artist?
See, that's what I'm saying, the hyper-local tee, that's cool. You're repping something specific, something you believe in, right? It's like a badge of honor.
And that's the sweet spot for small businesses.
Yeah.
They can tap into those niche communities, and it doesn't even matter what it is. Fans of obscure 80s movies, people who collect vintage stamps, anything. They can create something truly unique for that audience.
Like those Instagram businesses that blew up because they nailed a super specific niche, right?
Precisely. Maybe hand-painted sneakers, but only for dog lovers, They started small, but by owning that niche, boom, massive following, thriving business.
So lesson one, if you're thinking t-shirts, don't be everything to everyone.
Find your tribe, those people who totally get it.
Find your people, but in a t-shirt. I love it. Okay, niche, check. But then there's the actual shirt itself. I was surprised by how much people care about the fabric, where the materials come from, all that.
It's a big deal, especially now with sustainability, ethical sourcing. It's not just a trend, it's a priority for consumers.
Right, using organic cotton, bamboo, that's huge.
It's not just about looking good anymore, it's about feeling good about what you're wearing, about the brands you support.
I'm way more aware of those labels now than I used to be.
Consumers, especially the younger generations, they're savvy. They're looking for transparency, authenticity. They want to know that the brands they buy from align with their values.
So if your thing is sustainability, that needs to be reflected in everything. I mean, everything, right?
From the fabric you choose to how you package your product, absolutely.
Okay, so let's say there's a company, they're all about sustainability.
They use organic cotton, they've partnered with fair trade suppliers, maybe they even donate a portion of their profits to an environmental organization. They've got it all.
That's not just selling a product, that's selling a commitment.
It's about resonating with people's values.
It's like voting with your wallet, right? You're supporting what you believe in. Okay, we've got the niche, we've got the feel-good factor, but let's be real. We need to talk designs and the actual printing process. The t-shirt game has come a long way since I last tried to iron something on.
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole other world now. There's actually a surprising amount of science and artistry that goes into printing a t-shirt these days.
Oh, way.
Yeah. Screen printing, direct-to-garment, heat transfer.
Okay, break it down for me. Let's say I'm building this t-shirt empire. What do I need to know about each one?
All right, so let's start with the classic screen printing. Think bold, vibrant colors, your classic band tees or graphic designs, kind of a retro vibe.
Gotcha.
It's a workhorse for when you need larger batches, and it's super cost-effective at scale.
Okay, so if I'm thinking big volume, screen printing is the way to go. But what about when I want to get a little fancier? Maybe offer more detailed designs or smaller runs of really specialized tees.
That's where direct-to-garment comes in. DTG, we call it.
DTG, all right.
It's like magic, almost. Imagine printing a high-resolution photo directly onto the fabric.
Wow.
Incredible detail. You can get those subtle color gradients, make a design really pop.
So that's for those super intricate designs, or if I want to let customers upload their own photos, artwork, that kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect for smaller orders, personalized stuff.
It's like custom birthday shirts, bachelorette party tees, all the names on the back, that's DTG.
Nailed it.
All right, so screen printing for the classics, big batches. DTG for the intricate, the personalized stuff. What about heat transfer? Are we talking like my childhood, ironing on those flimsy letters?
Not quite. Though heat transfer has definitely evolved. It's still about using heat and pressure, but we're talking applying a pre-printed design onto the fabric.
Okay.
It's still really quick, cost-effective, especially for those last-minute custom orders.
So someone needs a personalized birthday t-shirt by tomorrow. Heat transfer to the rescue.
Exactly. But, and this is important, each method has its pros and cons. While heat transfer is great for speed and affordability, it might not be as durable as screen printing or DTG, especially with frequent washing.
Man, this is already so much more than I ever thought about. It's like a whole science. I'm already geeking out over here. Okay, so we've got the technical stuff, but there's more to it, right?
Oh, yeah.
It's about the story behind the shirt.
Yeah.
That's something special that really makes people connect with the brand.
Absolutely. crafting a compelling brand story. And that's where things get really, really interesting. It's more than just the product, right?
Totally.
Think about brands you love, the ones you keep coming back to.
Yeah.
It's a feeling, a connection. You share their values.
It's like, what's the bigger picture?
That's the power of a good brand story.
What's the message behind the shirt?
Exactly.
Is it about local artists? Is it about like a passion for vintage video games? Maybe it's about advocating for animal rescue, something like that.
It's about finding your why. What's the deeper purpose driving your brand? And then you weave that story into everything.
Oh, yeah.
Your designs, the copy on your website, your social media, even how you package your shirts.
So like, break that down for me.
Okay.
My niche is all about, let's say, promoting local artists.
Yes.
How do I make that a brand story? How do I actually do that?
Authenticity is key.
Okay.
Feature the artist's stories, like right on your website.
Yeah.
Showcase their work through your designs, obviously. Maybe you even host events where people can meet the artists face to face.
I love that.
You're creating a platform,
Yeah.
giving those artists more exposure, helping them connect with a wider audience.
Exactly.
And those little details, those can make all the difference.
What do you mean?
Imagine you get this shirt right,
Okay.
but it's wrapped in paper, printed with a local artist's design. Maybe there's a little handwritten thank you note tucked inside.
See, that's what I'm talking about. It's the thought,
Exactly. It shows you care.
It's not just a transaction.
It's about supporting something you believe in.
You're supporting a community. Okay, we've got our niche, we've got a product that feels good, a story that's real, but none of it matters if people can't find you. We've got to get online, right? That's how people discover new brands these days.
Your website, that's your virtual storefront. It needs to be just as inviting as a physical shop.
For sure.
User-friendly. You want people to find their way around easily, high-quality photos, really showcase those designs, the textures of the fabrics, all that good stuff.
And the checkout process, don't even get me started. If it's a pain, I'm gone.
Seamless checkout, absolutely. And mobile optimization.
Oh, huge. Everyone's on their phones.
Exactly. Your site's got to look amazing on a smaller screen.
Make it easy for people.
And if you're doing custom designs, an online design tool is essential.
Oh, yeah, those are fun.
Let those customers unleash their inner artist. Upload images, play around with fonts, colors. The easier and more fun you make that design process, the better.
Seriously, I've abandoned so many online shopping carts because the design tool was either like impossible to use or super limited.
A worst.
But when it's good, game changer.
It makes people feel like they're part of the process, co-creating.
Right. That's cool.
It builds loyalty because it's more than just buying a shirt. They're invested.
They're invested. Okay, so we've talked about connecting online, but what about building a community offline in real life? I feel like that's important too.
It's huge. You can't beat that face-to-face interaction.
What do you suggest?
Pop-up shops.
Fun.
Local markets, fairs, festivals.
Yeah.
Give people that tangible experience. Let them touch the fabrics, try on the shirts, connect with the people behind the brand.
Because you're not just a website anymore.
Right.
You're real.
Exactly. Plus those in-person interactions. Marketing gold.
How so?
Relationships, word-of-mouth buzz. You can't get that online.
It's true. What about online community building? Any tips? How do I turn those followers into, like, super fans?
Social media is your friend, my friend.
Right.
Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. Show off those designs, share customer stories, run contests, engage with your audience.
Back and forth, back and forth.
Right.
It's a dialogue.
You got it.
They need to know that you're listening.
Don't be afraid to get creative either. Collaborations are great.
Like with other brands.
Influencers, local figures, find people who align with your brand and see what you can create together.
Yeah, I love that. It's like we're all about the same things. Even if it's just a love for awesome t-shirts, we're a community.
And hey, once you've got that niche locked down, loyal following, don't be afraid to branch out a little, experiment.
So not just t-shirts anymore. What are we talking?
Think about your target audience. What else might they be into? How can you apply your designs, your brand story to other products?
Hoodies, tote bags, hats.
You got it. Create that whole brand experience, that cohesive look.
It's amazing how these simple t-shirts can become something so much bigger.
It's not just about the product, it's about the feeling, the connection.
It's like a movement or something.
Exactly. And you know what gets people even more excited? limited edition drops.
Oh, tell me you're not about to tap into my fear of missing out.
That's exactly what we're going to do. Limited edition anything. It just creates that urgency.
Don't even get me started. I am such a sucker for that limited edition label.
It's like if I don't get it now, it'll be gone forever.
And then I'll be devastated, obviously.
Exactly. It's all about creating that sense of exclusivity, keeps people engaged.
And coming back for more, I'm sure.
That's the idea. But even with all these strategies, there's one thing that's more important than everything we've talked about.
Let me guess. Staying true to yourself.
Well, that and being adaptable.
Because the t-shirt game, it changes so fast, right?
Faster than we can keep up with sometimes.
1 minute it's all about vintage logos. The next minute it's all about, like, sustainable slogans or whatever.
Exactly. You got to stay curious, stay informed, and never be afraid to try new things.
Who knows? Maybe you'll be the one setting the next trend.
Exactly. The next big thing in the t-shirt world, it could be you.
That's what I love about this. There's always something new to discover, new ways to be creative.
It's about more than just the clothes. It's about the journey.
Well said. I'm so inspired. After this deep dive, I had no idea the t-shirt business was so fascinating.
It's a world of its own, full of passionate people with amazing stories to tell.
And speaking of stories, we have one final question for all of you listening out there.
What story will your t-shirt tell?
Think about it. Let those creative juices flow.
Until next time, keep on designing.
And remember, even the biggest journeys start with a single stitch.